Department of Defense launches. We're even going to help bring space tourism, people that have spent $200,000 each to experience space. Now initially Virgin Galactic picked New Mexico because they figure they can count on the weather in New Mexico. But my pitch to them was very simple. I said, look, you can take their $200,000 and tell them they're going to launch on Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever day, or they can come to Florida and we'll give them a 3-day experience of the best beaches, the best hotels, the best tourist attractions, the best restaurants, and oh, by the way, they'll get to launch where Neil Armstrong launched. Now, where do you think they're going to go? We're going to win that battle too. Now, we always figured, of course, that the work of NASA would be part of our portfolio. Who knew that we would have a president that didn't appreciate how important space is to this country? And so thank you to the senator, to the congressman, the members of our congressional delegation have been very strong in pushing back with this president who just doesn't get it. You know, being a leader in space is about more than national pride, although that's important. It's about being a leader in the innovation economy, putting a stake in the ground and saying we're going to lead in the borderless, knowledge-based economy of this world. It's critically important to the economy of this country that we continue to lead in space exploration. And by the way, there's a huge national defense component to this. The president doesn't get it, but I feel confident that the right members of Congress do, and we will continue to push back on this. It's so important not only to the economy of Florida, but to the economy of our country. And it's just remarkable to me that this president doesn't, if you think back, what is the single greatest accomplishment of mankind? It has to be putting a man on the moon. When the president issued the challenge in 1961 that we were going to put a man on the moon by the end of the decade, we didn't have the technology for that. But he harnessed the spirit and the innovation of Americans. And we did it. We even beat his timeline. It brought out the best in this country. And if we issue another challenge, let's go to Mars, let's push further, we'll do it again because we're Americans. And that's what we do. But you have to have a defined mission and a defined timeline to do that. And so hopefully we'll have a new president soon that will do this for us and get us on the right path. The other component of this is workforce. If we're going to be a leader in the innovation economy, here in Florida we have to make sure that from early learning through K through 12, through our colleges and universities, we are developing a pipeline of workforce for aerospace, for biotech and life sciences, for alternative energy, renewable energy, all of these high-tech, high-wage jobs that we want to bring to Florida. We've got to be able to go to the industries and say, here's where you're going to get your engineers. Here's where you're going to get your scientists. And so we have to be committed to a 21st century education system, not just competing with other states, but competing with other countries. We should compare ourselves to the very best countries, not the very best states, because this is a global economy. And oh, by the way, if we're going to do that, that means we're going to have a professional pay scale for our teachers with a professional evaluation process. Senator. Well, let me just close with this, and we know where we're at right now in this moment in history. I've talked about it before. Ronald Reagan giving his speech, A Time for Choosing, in 1964, when the country had two choices and we chose the wrong path. And we're still paying for it today. Today is our time for choosing, our generation's time for choosing. And the work that we do together in the next 2 election cycles will determine the fate of this country for the next 50 to 100 years, if not forever. And so we've got our problems behind us, Chairman. Now it's time to unite. It's time to unite and fight for the future of this state and for the future of this country. And I know if we work hard, if we tell people from our heart what our core principles are, that we have our priorities straight in faith, in family, in freedom, and we share that message, we are going to be successful, and we will put this state and this country on the path to success and prosperity like we have never experienced before. So thank you for what you do for this party. God bless each and every one of you. Now let's go win. God bless you.